and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing good. Steaming is considered one of the healthiest cooking method as it retains nutrients and enhances flavor. But the only dish I cook often by steaming is idli. And occasionally I steam modak and puttu. When I researched more about steam cooking, I came to know about its numerous health benefits. It helps to keep the vitamins and minerals intact, requires no use of oil, and thus keeps the cholesterol in check and makes the food easy to digest. Hence, I tested steaming from vibrant pastas to a full South Indian thali. I even tried some Indo-Chinese recipes. And for me, all these were possible with this product from Indus Valley. A few weeks ago, I received this product from my favorite cookware brand. It's a 4.2 liter stainless steel idli maker which comes with the 2 sets of idli plate, 2 sets of dokla plate and 1 set of idiyappam plate. And this pot has a tri-ply sandwich bottom which makes it ideal for sauteing, stir fry and preparing curries. And since it is large and shallow, it makes the cooking more convenient. And I use it for making variety rice. You can purchase this product and get up to 40% discount plus extra 12% off using the coupon code JNS24, link given in the description box. And in today's video, I am going to show you all how I use this idli maker to the fullest, plus I have shared many healthy recipes. Out of all the millets, finger millet ragi is my most favorite one. Stocked ragi flour in the pantry, we can make quick healthy recipes anytime. First, I am going to prepare a dough mix using the ragi flour. This dough can be steamed in many ways. To make this dough, in a pan I am adding 1/4 cup of water with a teaspoon of ghee and 1/4 teaspoon of salt and letting it to boil. I have two types of idiyappam maker, this wooden press and this rotating type. And today I am going to use the second one, as this maker comes with a different range of sieve options. I am going to use the sieve with smaller holes for making idiyappam and the bigger holes for making noodles. The water has come to boil. Now I am adding 1 cup of ragi flour to this and mixing it well after switching off the flame. Once it is combined well, I am closing and letting it rest for 5 minutes. In the meanwhile, I am greasing the idiyappam maker and the idiyappam plate. Now I am transferring this dough to my working board and going to knead it for a minute or two. I will add water in the steamer and allow to boil. Then the kneaded dough goes into the idiyappam maker. One cup of ragi flour will yield 14 idiyappam approximately. Here I have divided the dough into two parts. I will be making 7 idiyappams and with the other half I will be making ragi noodles. Idiyappams are ready to go into the steamer and I will steam this for 8 to 10 minutes. This will be a great option for both the breakfast and dinner. And my little critic absolutely loved it. You can have this with little bit of milk sprinkled with jaggery, but I like to have my ragi idiyappam with coconut chutney. Next, with the other half, I am going to make noodles. I am using idiyappam plate for this. With a few leftover dough, I have made a small ball. I will steam it for 8 to 10 minutes. While the noodles is getting ready, I am going to chop and saute some vegetables. To a pan with a tablespoon of oil, I am adding the thinly chopped onions, carrots and capsicum with some salt to taste. We can also shape the dough into many number of small balls like this. After steaming, add tadka to it and ragi goli idlis are ready. Then to the steamed noodles, I have mixed the sauteed veggies and my husband likes it with some olive oil. And yes, it enhances the taste a bit, but it's optional. And I'm sprinkling some parpu pudi on top of it. Healthy gluten-free noodles is ready. Usually I cook pasta in cooker and make the sauce with the sauteed or boiled veggies. But this time I'm going to cook them together in the steamer. I'll be making 3 types of sauces today. First I start by prepping the vegetables for it. And to be honest, this is my first time to steam vegetables. Usually I will boil them or saute it. But once I tried this method, I absolutely loved the texture and the flavor. And hence I decided to steam veggies more often. I'm going to steam 2 cups of pumpkin for making yellow sauce pasta. I've also washed and kept 1 cup of palak leaves for the green sauce and chopped 1 beetroot for pink sauce. Here I'm soaking the broccoli with some turmeric and salt in hot water for a few minutes to remove all the impurities. And I'm chopping some baby corns as well. I'm going to boil some filtered water in the steamer first. Once it starts to boil, I'm adding 1 cup of elbow pasta and a handful of ribbon pasta. The pasta will get cooked in the boiling water as well as the steam from it will cook the vegetables that I'm going to stack above. In the idiyappam plate, I have arranged the veggies required for the pasta sauce. Later I added some tofu and nuts, cashew and almonds along with it, but I forgot to capture it. And in the top idli plate, I have arranged some additional vegetables. I will let it steam exactly for 15 minutes and in the meanwhile, I'm going to make a homemade pasta seasoning. First, I start by dry roasting 1 tablespoon of peppercorns, fennel seeds and 3 dried red chilies. I grinded the pepper and fennel into a very nice powder and grinded the red chili separately into a coarse powder. And to this I'm adding 1 tablespoon of homemade garlic powder, onion powder and dried herbs. As an anti-caking agent I have added half teaspoon of cornstarch. And homemade pasta seasoning is ready. Broccoli and baby corns are done. Next I made a very small blender. First I should have lifted the plate with the beetroot carefully out. But since I lifted the whole plate out, the water from the beetroot spilled down to the bottom vessel with the pasta and turned into pink. But that's okay, I have to be careful from the next time. With the help of tongs, I removed the ribbon pasta first, then I drained the elbow pasta using the strainer. For the pink sauce, I'm grinding the steamed beetroot and quarter tofu into a silky smooth paste. I've also added some salt to taste to it. For the green sauce, I'm grinding steamed palak, 6 cashews and 4 walnuts with salt to taste into a nice paste. The steamed nuts will give a nice creamier consistency to this green sauce. For the golden yellow sauce, I'm just pureeing the steamed yellow pumpkins with some salt. We can also prep these vibrant sauces in advance and can be stored in fridge for 2 days. And I mix these sauces with the pasta with a splash of olive oil and finally I will season it with the homemade pasta mix. For extra fiber, I have added steamed broccoli and baby corn to this pink sauce pasta. And next I am mixing the green sauce and the ribbon pasta together. And with this recipe we can easily sneak the spinach to our kids' plate. For the green sauce pasta I am adding some steamed mushroom to it. Finally, I mix the pumpkin sauce and the pasta together for the golden yellow pasta. I'm seasoning it with some pasta mix and adding some pickled olives and jalapeno to it. Cheese can also be added to this. Next I tried steaming rice. I have taken 90 grams of parboiled rice and soaked it in water for 30 minutes. To this I am adding 1.7 times water, that is 160 ml. Once the water starts boiling in the steamer, I am placing the rice bowl. An inch above the water level should be left empty to make sure that there is enough space for the rice to grow. And I thought it would be ready in 20 minutes or max 30 minutes, but it took me almost 40 minutes. For the next time I thought of soaking the rice overnight just to see if this will reduce the cooking time. Now I'm going to prepare some staple items that makes the South Indian cooking very easy. First I start by making coconut, cumin and chilli paste. I've added half the coconut, 2 green chillies and 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds. I ground it into a coarse mixture. You can also make them into a smooth paste by adding some water. Now I'm adding this into an ice cube tray and storing it in the freezer. This will stay good in the freezer for up to 3 months. Next I'm grinding the remaining coconut and storing it in an airtight container in the fridge. For the next staple I'm going to prepare some freezed dal cubes. For this I'm cooking half a cup of tur dal with salt, turmeric and hing. Once it's cooked, I'm adding this mashed dal to a container and letting it to cool down. After that they would have become hard and I'm cutting it with a knife to make small cubes. I'll be using this for kurta and rasam. Next, for the last staple, I'm going to prepare tamarind paste. First, I start by separating the tamarind pulp into a small lemon-sized balls. If I need to make a rasam or any gravy that calls for tamarind, I can quickly grab a lemon-sized pulp. And to make the cooking even more breezy, I'm going to prepare a little portion of tamarind paste required for a week. I have taken 3 balls of tamarind considering the amount I might use in that particular week. To this, I'm adding hot water until the tamarind is covered. And I'm letting this to soak for 30 minutes. Then I'm straining it to extract the pulp. Next I'll be boiling this collected pulp. After the bubble starts to appear, I'll switch off the flame. Then I transferred it into a jar and let it cool before storing it in the fridge. I have challenged myself to prepare this thali in 40 minutes, including both the cutting of vegetables and steaming them. I have planned to make a brinjal gravy, that is puli kolambu, and dal rasam. And for the side dish, I'm going to make avial, kootu and a salad. First, I start by cutting the vegetables for the avial. I have taken 5 vegetables: drumstick, carrot, pumpkin, ashgourd and chow chow. I've cut them into small cubes. Next, I'm splitting the brinjal into 4 on its top to check if it's good inside. I'm not chopping them into smaller pieces to avoid them from overcooking. Next, I'm splitting the tomato into 4 and removing its eye, and I'm stuffing it with garlic and green chilli. I'll use this for rasam. First, I have placed a pot riser inside the steaming pot. I'm placing the plate with the chow chow inside and pouring the water and making sure that the water level is below the chow chow plate. Now I'm letting the water to boil. In the meanwhile, I'm going to measure the water for the rice. Since last time it took me 40 minutes to cook the rice, this time I soaked it for overnight. Let's see if this rice can get cooked in 20 minutes. I've taken the rice and water in the ratio 1:1.7. First goes the chow chow plate above the pot riser at the bottom. Then I'm placing the idiyappam plate. On it I'm placing the rice bowl, brinjal, stuffed tomato. Above the rice I'm stacking the pumpkin and carrots in a steaming plate. Then I'm placing the drumstick directly on the idiyappam plate. Then I'm placing a small bowl full of sprouts and soaked moong dal for kosambarri salad. I'm also placing 3 cubes of coconut, cumin, chilli cubes in a cup and frozen cooked dal. I'll cover and let this steam for 20 minutes. In the meanwhile, I'll start sauteing for the brinjal gravy. Its base is going to be tamarind and coconut pulp. I start by sauteing vadagam, garlic and onion in a tablespoon of sesame oil. If you don't have vadagam, you can replace it with mustard, fenugreek and curry leaves. Then I'm making coconut paste by grinding grated coconut and a little bit of water. Within 10 minutes I'm taking the brinjal out. Check once if it has softened well. Then to this I'm adding 1 tablespoon of sambar powder, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. After sauteing it for 30 seconds, I'm adding the tamarind paste diluted with water. Then I'm adding the coconut paste. Then I'm adjusting the water as per the required consistency and then I'm checking for the salt. Then I'm closing the pan and allowing it to cook for a minute or two until the gravy thickens, and at this stage the oil will start to separate. Then switch off the flame. And after 5 more minutes, I'm removing the coconut cumin chili paste, dal and the sprouts. I'm mashing this stuffed tomato and adding tamarind paste to it. Then I'm adding above masala powders to it and adding some water with a dollop of cooked dal and finally some chopped coriander leaves and curry leaves. I'm mixing everything together and slightly boiling it until a foam starts to form on the top. Actually, it's been 25 minutes. Hence, I'm removing everything out. The vegetables are done well except for the rice, so I'm not going to waste time. Instead, I'm going to pressure cook it for 1 whistle as it's already lunchtime. For the avial, I'm mixing the coconut cumin chili powder to the vegetables. To this, I'm adding a beaten curd with salt and hay. Finally, I'm adding little bit of tadka to it. And avial is ready. For the kutta, I have mixed the coconut cumin chili powder and dal together with chow chow. And for the kosamri salad, I have mixed the steamed moong dal, sprouts and grated carrot with a little bit of salt and lemon juice. And talking about the rice, I feel steaming raw rice and basmati rice will be easier than the parboiled rice, as steaming them for 40 minutes is not feasible and practical to me. But other than that, I am so happy to see how this thali turned out to be. Next, for the Indo-Chinese meal combo, I started by chopping cabbage, carrot and capsicum into fine pieces. Now a small tip to chop the carrot finely into small cubes. I've taken a section and slicing the carrot all the way down, leaving 2 centimeters at the bottom and again slicing them perpendicularly. Now if we chop this horizontally, then we will get smaller cube easily. Next, I'm chopping the capsicum into fine pieces. Finally, chopping some spring onions. Next, to make the steamed vegetable Manchurian, I'm grating half a bottle curd. Yes, you heard me right, I'm going to steam the vegetable Manchurian in the steamer. To 1 cup of mixed cabbage, carrot and capsicum, I'm adding the grated bottle curd. For flavor, add chopped garlics and green chilies to it. Then I start by adding half a cup of wheat flour little by little and mixing it well. The salt added to this will make the bottle gourd to release moisture. No need to add any extra water. Then start shaping small balls. It shouldn't be too hard nor too soggy, so adjust the wheat flour accordingly. Then for making momo stuffing, I'm chopping some garlics. To the pan, I'm sauteing the above ingredients. I had some leftover palak chapati dough from the morning, so I'm using it for the momos wrap. With the chapati presser, I'm making thin circles. After placing a spoon of stuffing, then I started to pleat 1/2 of the circle. Then I'm joining the plain half to the pleated half and securing the edges by applying a little bit of water. This time I'm going to steam basmati rice. Hopefully it has to be done in 15 minutes. First I start by adding the filtered water in the bottom pan and letting it to boil. To this I'm adding the leftover cabbage, carrot and along with some chopped green onions. And also I'm adding a handful of rice noodles and salt to taste. In the middle plate I have placed the Manchurian balls along with some mushrooms, but instead I should have kept momos here as the Manchurian will be ready before the momos. So if I place it at the top plate I would have removed it without any hassle once it's done. But now on the top I'm placing the momos and the rice bowl with the help of idli plate. I will let this steam for 15 minutes, but the Manchurian has to be removed after 10 minutes. Next I'm going to prepare the sauce for the veg Manchurian. I had some leftover sauteed vegetables from the momo stuffing. To this I'm adding soya sauce, vinegar, tomato sauce and the cornstarch slurry. Here I'm using my eyeball measurements for everything, but I'll give the ingredients and its detailed measurements in the description box. Once the sauce starts to thicken, I'll switch off the flame, and to this I'll add the steamed Manchurian and gently mix them together. Momos are done. Rice is perfectly ready. Then let's prepare the noodle soup. To the boiled vegetable and noodles, I'm adding the steamed mushrooms. I'm adding some more water, soya sauce, vinegar, garlic powder and pepper powder to it. Then I'm adding cornstarch slurry and letting it to cook till the soup thickens. Finally, the soup will be in this consistency. I'm so happy that I gave steam cooking a try. It's not only healthy, but this versatile cooking technique we can cook wide variety of foods. And at last we will end up with very less number of non-greasy vessels to wash. That's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If yes, give a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comment section. See you all again with another video. Until then, bye, take care.